If goalkeepers never existed, goals would be too easy to score. However, in other sports, players earn points in many different ways. Some with a hoop, a few with an end zone, and a couple with an end target. So today, my friends and I are going to perform 3 different tests to see which sport would be the best for replacing the goalkeeper, starting off with everyone's favorite, the penalty kick.
How do you feel about the penalty transition?
I think the putt would be a pretty simple one to transition.
In football, penalties are one of the most popular ways a team may score a goal. But if the goalie's the last resort, how would this work in a game?
If penalties were played on golf,
In golf, we expected the putt to be easy.
a little too much power on my putt.
Precisely lining up, we tried to measure the distance.
Can you do it? Unfortunate. You're trying to measure the grass, mate.
As the uneven surface eventually made us stroke out.
This was quite the failure.
When we moved to American football, we put our skills up against the field goal test.
It's good. This is probably the easiest.
Starting from the ground, we shot,
And it's good.
keeping it between the posts and showing our talent from the ground.
That was good.
In basketball, we tried the scooping technique.
Let's see this. Okay.
Skeptical at first, it seemed difficult to achieve, yet we locked our ankle and hit buckets in the bin.
He's done it. Oh my god. Sign him.
Free throw or not, our athletic abilities were still able to shine.
You're gonna stand right here. Is he gonna fool the goalie? I don't know if he's doing it, man. Oh. How do you feel?
Slightly embarrassing, but if you cannot tell, I'm a short guy.
You're a pretty short guy, eh?
At the highest level, NBA pros are 78% accurate from free throws, NFL kickers 86%, as golfers are typically 88% strong within a 10-meter radius.
Didn't expect that one.
But in football, even the greats like Ronaldo only score 85% of the pens.
That one was very gettable.
Honestly, we're not gonna talk about it.
No one is perfect, which makes penalties so dramatic. Anything could happen in a game, and often the pressure is too much to handle.
It's it. And they call that a hole-in-one.
Overall, we dominated the field goal, did alright with the hoop, and were terrible during golf. Compared to our penalty performance, it's clear the hoop would be the best transition. It was challenging, but not impossible, which left us to face experiment number 2, 1v1s.
I don't think anyone scores in basketball.
That's damn near impossible.
Throughout time, one-on-ones have been the most ancient situation, a single attacker versus one defender. Who would be victorious? For us, we needed to score inside the 6.
Bring it on, sir. Bring it on.
Dribbling with pace and dropping our shoulders, we frequently switched directions and made it a hassle to contain. But when we jumped into basketball, it seemed as if there was no hope.
That's it.
God damn it.
Even with light pressure, the shooter couldn't remain accurate, fluffing each one away without the slightest chance of getting close.
We have a long ways to that basketball.
Though when we tried to play foot golf, it became more promising.
We have to stop the ball, obviously, in the square, but in golf, you can go in any direction.
Defenders circled the area, daring the forward to come close and always poke the ball free.
You do not cross into my hole.
It was a joke and incredibly frustrating.
Yep, kind of impossible.
But with an end zone, everything changed. In American football, we pushed past our man and scored successful points.
Touchdown.
Down, Dad.
It felt like this was regular football.
Much easier to score than the football.
In this instance, the results showed the Endzone was the most superior choice. But in order to make our final conclusions, we had to move on to experiment number 3, 2v1s.
Football is gonna be the easiest.
In football, a 2-on-1 break is common to witness all across the pitch. Whether it's an overlapping fullback or supporting midfielder, 2v1 situations happen every game. But how would this work if goalkeepers were abolished? Would defenders still have a chance, or would they be outmatched by the other man?
Yo, these bounces, like, I hit that with my shin.
During our soccer trial, it was extremely difficult to stop. Whenever strikers got close, they would dish it off between each other and make it challenging to predict.
Shield. What? What is it? What?
Basketball, I like it.
They're cocketing me.
Usually passing it last minute and sometimes taking it on themselves.
Yeah, 2v1s are kind of impossible to defend.
In golf, the strat became more pronounced as defending became double the work.
How are we gonna play this?
We focused on the ball and kept a second eye on the other man,
I know he's over here.
rounding the outside, envisioning the angles, and trying to slide the ball in.
Lads, the hole's right here. Nope.
I'll get it after.
Knocking it back and forth, we got closer, till we eventually found success.
Ooh.
I say that's a win.
Look at that.
A single par was all it took, while for the NFL 2v1s, we exploited the other man.
What is this? Yeah.
Before hiking it, we called a play.
It's a hike.
Our mate ran a route as the other passed it through.
Sometimes I forget like I could pass
Yeah,
it.
you can just walk in. I think I know the strategy here. What?
Touchdowns were falling from the sky,
Touchdown.
Quarterback.
although for basketball, the game was still impossible.
Oh, I can't do that.
Even with a second lad, the advantage wasn't there.
I mean, with enough pressure, we're not even gonna get a shot off.
Quickly, we lost respect as our shots were too far from the rim.
Yeah, this one's a bit lackluster.
Yeah.
By the end, the data highlighted the end zone once again, as both the basketball and the golf game were too much to score.
Surprisingly hard on golf.
In terms of fun, we felt they all had their moments.
Basketball was the most enjoyable for me.
I enjoyed the football.
But in terms of performance, it seemed the end zone was our final winner.
I thought it was probably the easiest across all aspects.
Let me know which sport you think could replace the goalkeeper best, and if you enjoyed, consider dropping a like and checking out the most recent video where we explored the myth of no arm defending.